Well, howdy, y'all. It's time for Let's Talk FGO. I'm Omega, he's Lucky, and we're just a couple of space cowboys.
In space!
Yeah, apparently that's our theme today. We're space cowboys.
Howdy.
Do the thing.
I'm gonna do the thing. Hang on. I had to open up the browser again. Anyway. Someone, somewhere. I hope you're enjoying Fate Grand Order, aka, what is even Halloween anymore? And while we here at the Omega like to bring you the latest in FGO-related news and memes, we will be talking about current and future events for the JP and EM version of the game. So anyone not wanting spoilers should space!
Go space. But yeah, so, apart from our slight technical difficulties, Lucky just got out of the Phantom Zone.
Yeah,
we're here. And so we're here to tell you that this episode is brought to you by our patrons, like Anko Chemics, Qua, Jeremy Vasquez, Kylie Denton, Nestor Flores, Sodasan0424, and VideoGamer75. And if you like what we do and want to see us do more, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can get access to episodes early and lots of other goodies, and it would really help us out. Thank you, as always, for your support, everybody.
Thank you.
My news is suddenly a little bit running, but okay. We're here, we're alive, we're doing the show.
We're gonna do the thing!
Yes, it's the thing time. Yeah, so today will be fun. Got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we do. It has been a busy week, for FGO.
It's been a busy week for us, too, but...
Oh, yeah.
Only some of that is FGO related.
Oh, yeah.
But, maybe you should look at our channel. We do other stuff sometime.
Sometimes.
Lots of stuff. Anyway, alright. Well, let's go ahead and check in with everybody's favorite Kohai real quick.
Senpai, 起きてください.
That's right, everybody. My sound cues work perfectly this week because I prepared. It's time for Wake the Fuck Up Senpai, our regular segment for pro tips. So today we're going to do our usual check-in since I didn't think of anything specific, and just remind everybody that this month's exchange, in case you haven't looked at it, is going to be Stingers, Chains, and Proofs. Stingers, Chains, and Proofs.
I miss bones already.
I got a lot of fucking bones. I don't have a huge amount of stingers, so I don't know who uses them right now. I need to look at skills for people, because some people are like, why you at one skill? And for most of those people, it's because they're freaking expensive. Looking at you, BB. Who is still 111. Because she takes 2 friggin' classes. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Leveling up, rulers, Avengers, I don't know, I think they might have changed it, but, leveling up your extra classes, it's a pain.
Yeah, it depends. Avengers are usually at least different mats, which can be tiresome, but is at least, a thing you can work towards. Yeah. When it's, rulers or how BB is with just rando cookies, it's okay, well, you're one servant that's costing me the budget of, 2 or 3 servants. Oh, hey, look, Lucky is at the top of my friends list.
I'm playing right now!
So am I. Got Halloween missions to do. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and roll into Records from the Throne, our regular achievement topic.
Alright, so during one of my, Resident Evil 4 streams, last week, during our 4-hour break, I was like, fuck it, it's everything's rolled over, I'll just switch over and I'll do some live rolling. And while live rolling, I got, my Torture Lolly and a Lewd Nursey. So, my, primary and secondary objectives were completed. Tertiary, not so much. No, Osakabe Hime. I cry a little. I'm not gonna cry because I'm not gonna kid. Cause immediately after this, I've been YOLOing, non-stop, hoping for them rainbow sparkles. And while I still have not gotten anything of particular note, I was able to complete my CE set, so I am happy about that. And on a different note, I finally got my Kiyohime to Bond 10. That is my 3rd Bond 10 servant. I am very proud. I know a lot of people shit on Kiyohime, but she has been literally a staple of my Ember farming team. I think since I got her max leveled.
I mean, she's pretty okay.
Yeah. She's not great, but she does what she do.
Yeah, I don't know if I should have put this on there. I've been throwing tickets regularly, not much has happened. No new servants whatsoever. Just, usual old garbo. Free prisms. I did manage to get lucky with a weekly ticket and get, trick or treatment. So that's cool.
Oh, nice.
But I bought monthly tickets last night. I'm like, alright, I'm gonna throw them. This is probably gonna be the last thing I'm gonna do. I didn't get really anything other than my 4th Prisma Cosmos. So
oh shit, there are monthly tickets. Holy fuck!
Yeah,
hang
it's
on.
a new month, dude.
It is a new month.
Buy tickets, buy EXPs, which I'm going to have to do in a second. Oh, fuck, I started a quest. I wanted to buy EXPs first. Trying to get my Mecha Liz up.
Right now.
But yeah,
shit, no, I need to get my Mecha Liz up instead. God damn it.
You can do both. Do all the things.
Alright, so I'm gonna... Yeah, I guess I'm gonna do the same thing. These are gonna be my last ticket throws. See if I can get a Hime. Because that's what we're gonna talk about later.
Stuff's going on, but Hime at least is permanent, and I'm like, Assassins fucking love me. They'll sneak in there eventually. I'm not upset, especially since we were talking about this earlier. We're not gonna like do a deep dive on this topic, but we were discussing the next GSSR because that is only a couple months away. And I was like, I'm probably gonna go Cav unless something weird happens. So, there's that.
Got another from Wonderland, got a Frag Rock.
Oh yeah, actually, this should be in pro tip. Hozo is officially in the FP gacha. I have spent nearly 1 million FP and still do not have one.
Jesus!
I do, however, have quite a few of the 3-star Halloween CE. But yeah, so that's my life.
Okay, I literally did not even get a fucking servant throwing my fucking tickets. It was all rare fucking CEs. Great. Good job. Good job, me. High five.
It is a cursed month.
Alright.
But alright, so let's do... Did you finish your master missions? Because this week was a little weird. Yeah, apparently this is how JP likes to do master missions these days. So, perform 30 friend point summons. Got through that alright. That does mean you better have some friggin' FP around. But otherwise, most people probably are okay with that. Defeat 10 servants. Not hard at all. Defeat 20 Archer, Rider, or Berserker class enemies. Also not hard. Acquire 3 gems of any type, so cookies, through battles. Put 1 or more assassin in your party and complete quests 5 times. Put 1 or more lancer in your party and complete quests 5 times. So basically, just remember to do your FP summons and do the event. You'll get all of those, because you can get skill drops, you can get other stuff. So, no real big deal. We'll talk about those extra special master missions in a little bit. But, yeah, let's just go ahead and move into news. So, well, you wrote these, Lucky, so you should go first with the first 2.
Alright, so, last week, as we talked about it, there was an FGO stream. It was early in the morning for most of us Westerners, and it was a jolly good time. They started off as usual, a lot of faffing around between, Kanu Ueda and, Ayako Kawasumi. And as I said, as I like to say, it's like, I can barely understand what's going on here, but I'm just happy to be here. The energy they always bring to what they do is amazing, and I love it. One of the tidbits I did pick up, though, is apparently the Fate VAs have a Fate Stay Night line group. Line is a messaging app. So they literally just have a group where it's like, oh yeah, all these Fate Stay Night characters, yeah, we just talk to each other. It's actually kind of, it's kind of amusing because, her name blank. Is it Yu Asakawa who's the voice writer?
Yeah, that's Yu Asakawa, because she's at Anime Weekend Atlanta, which is also where the FJ USA tour is right now.
Yep. You can actually, she actually, on her Twitter occasionally talks about hanging out with, other, Fate Stay, Night voice actors. Particularly, she has a very good friendship with, Sakura's VA, whose name escapes me at the moment.
I can picture it in my head, but I don't know if I can say it right without looking at it.
Yeah.
The eternal problem of Studio Mega.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so again, that's, it's always, I don't know why, I just really like the idea of oh yeah, they've been
doing this a long time. Most of the voice
years.
actors have been consistent since that's generally how Japan is, but most of those voice actors have been consistent since the Dean days.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be, 05, 06?
05, 06, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere in there. So, it's been like 15 years. Actually, wait, since Fate Stay Night originally, it's been like 15 years exactly. Because that was the actual VN was in 04. But it wasn't voiced at first.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've been together a while. Actually, this was interesting, because we'll talk more about Babylonia later, in multiple layers. But Funimation announced the English voice cast. So apparently, Rin's English voice actress has been Rin since the Dean adaptation, and she is one of the few that has stuck in there the whole time.
Here's the thing, Rin's VA I actually do like for English VA. I do actually like.
Okay.
In the dub.
I gotta be honest, I don't think I can try a Fate dub just because I have been so long in listening to this in Japanese. I'm just gonna be like, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna pull up my phone and be like, that's not how that works. That is part of the problem. But yeah, it's cool. I think the only exception to that is the Prisma Ilia dub, because that was done by a different licensor than a lot of the material, and they just basically did it in-house. Yeah. Which, I mean, people, I don't think generally like the Prisma dub, or the licensor, because they are holding on to it, which is always shifty. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes when you hoard your stuff. But yeah. So, well, as a result of this stream, the shocker, the stone cold stunner of the season, like a meteor from heaven, they announced that Saber Wars II is actually happening.
It is happening on Halloween?
So to quote Nasu, loosely translated, Halloween, I left him back in Heisei. Literally, he left it in the previous era. In case you didn't know, we're in a new era in Japan because of stuff.
Was it Reiwa?
Yeah, Reiwa. Peace, I believe. But yeah, so Halloween is in the past, Saber Wars 2 is the future. This will be going until the 13th of November. It requires Solomon Beaton to enter, so there's a little bit of a gut check there. So this is a mission event, but you need to acquire drops/currency to unlock quests, a little bit like Zero. But you can also undertake bounty quests, which are a little bit like CCC's wanted quests. So it's borrowing from some earlier game design aspects. Also, apparently, the UI is pretty high quality for FGO. Like, there's little animations on the screen and everything. So it has bonus servants. I will list them to you. So keep in mind, I might have forgot this in my notes, but only vanilla Artoria Saber will give you plus 100% Artorium drops. So only she is the bonus drop servant. So lucky you're looking good in the future.
She is the one true Saber, I guess.
Though there is a Saber Wars rerun, so you should probably work on that one anyway.
Oh, god damn it.
Bonus servants! But yeah, so, with plus 100% attack, plus 50% bond, we have MHX, Space Ishtar, and Calamity Jane. Who are those, you ask? We'll talk about that later. With plus 50% attack, plus 30% bond, we've got Altera, Benny Enma, Sigurd, Gawain, Munenori. Apparently there is a Saber version of Munenori, and he was Space Ishtar's sensei. Emiya Alter, Billy the Kid, who was in the trailer, Jaguarman, which is very, very interesting. We have things to say later. Anastasia, actually, Jean Yu, MHXA, of course, Tamamo Cat, Lancelot, King Protea, and MHXX. And with plus 30% attack, plus 20% bond, we have Saber Lily, Brave Liz, Nero, Emiya, Regular Ishtar, Areshki Gal, Regular Liz, Summer Okita, Caster Liz, and Hijikata. So immediately, you guys should probably have the same feeling that I do. There's no welfare in this event. There's 2 limited servants. And that bonus servant list is very interesting. I'm like, this is just a secret Halloween event, isn't it? Like, you joked about leaving Halloween behind, but you then put all the fucking Liz's in there.
Well, not the Mecha Liz's, right?
Well, no, but that would probably make sense because they are like unique to the Castle Prestige verse. So it's kind of like I don't know what they're going for, but Hijikata is on there, which is very funny because Space Hijikata is a boss in this Halloween.
Hijikata in space. I literally just fought him.
Yeah, I'm in that node right now. I already killed him though. So we've got a new Mystic code though. That's cool. That'll be unlocked through main quest progression. It's called Captain Chaldea. You want to get your space retro on. So it gives, these are all single target by the way. One gives you NP plus and removes attack debuffs. One gives critical strength plus, and the other gives 1 hit of evade and a heal. So pretty diverse, pretty neat. Also looks cool. We've also had some new cute quality of life updates. Blah, blah. I'm trying to talk too fast. So first off, it lets you know if you've cleared a free quest without having to click it. It'll show the little infinity mark to let you know that you're all the way through. Easier Mystic Code selection, that's great. I hate having to scroll through them, it takes so long. Now you can just click. There's a little display. You can also lock your friends and follow them. So, you can lock friends you know you don't want to accidentally delete, and you can follow friends, which I believe helps put them towards the top, kind of like selecting, if they're available. I'm not sure. But anyway, that's neato. And, also, you can check what your command seals can do without, from the main menu without needing to go into the master screen. Which is just, I don't know, that's handy. Everybody should know what they do by now, but it's there. Ta-da! So, the banner is SSR Avenger Space Ishtar. Yes, that is a thing. That is a thing now. That is happening. Well, technically that was happening since Gil Ishtar Fest, but still. And also SR, Archer, Calamity Jane, plus some new CEs. The banner CEs specifically are Princess of Red Bean Paste, which is an MHXA CE. That's cool.
It's cute.
We've got Planet Lock, which is like sci-fi Tesla and Edison. And the path to literary and military arts is pretty funny. That's got Jaguar Man. I think that's Estrella/Luvia with Jaguar Man sitting on her back as she does push-ups, but I'm not sure.
It sounds like a Luvia thing.
I will show the art to the audience, aka just you and me, because there's still nobody in here.
I cry. Everyone's busy doing fucking Babylonia missions.
I guess, but yeah, so it's this.
Yeah, I totally say that's Luvia.
Soz. Where was I? Yeah, so that was that. There are some new event CEs, which are also interesting. We've got Vestia del Sol, which has Space Drake.
A very young-looking Space Drake. I don't know.
She's also with Space Penth and Space Medea Lily. There's a lot of space and a lot of small going on here, because the 5-star CE is Twin Star Songstresses, which is Sethano and Urale as, like, Vocaloid-type idol shit. But also there is an EXP craft essence that is curry, and the other one is candy, it looks like. That's pretty funny. And there's some new command codes and stuff, the usual shit.
The usual.
But yeah, so this bamboozled a lot of people. Even the VAs, I think, were like I think Kawasumi was like, "There's no welfare. You sure about that?"
You sure?
So this is a very weird thing that FGO is doing, and to take a slight detour, we've had a lot of people in the community discussing what's going on with JP lately, and like, when is Lost Belt 5 going to come out? So they've said before it takes them about 6 months to implement a servant. Now, around Anniversary 4, there was a lot of servants. A lot. There was like 6 between the two banners of Lost Belt 4. There was 7 whole new bronze servants, which, even if they're bronze, they still take a lot of time to implement, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we had Summer. However, it is now November, and we haven't had anything new since Summer, other than now Space Ishtar and Calamity Jane. Calamity Jane, who, by the way, has been data mined since the launch of the game. And it was accurate, too, because there was a prototype of her Final Ascension art, which, it's not exactly the same. They obviously had the artist go back and I think improve some detail, maybe, but it was still similar to how she looks now. So obviously it was the actual art for her. So, other than setting up this Space Ishtar thing, they're slowballing this a little bit. They've had enough time to develop some new servants, and Christmas is only 2 more new ones, maybe. Maybe. A new 5-star to hold up the banner, and a new welfare, maybe, if at all. Maybe. I don't know. Nasu might be going nuts. This is what he told about. He's changing shit up. It's totally crazy now. I think they'll still be. There was a welfare for Summer. There'll still be a Christmas welfare. They'll anchor it at those 2 points in the year, I think. But still, yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty sure either Lost Belt 5 or something else really big servant-wise is coming around the corner, because there hasn't really been a lot of that type of new content in a while. But they have had the dev time to get started working on it. So hold on to your butts. Things are no new welfare. Things are kind of weirdly sus here.
Yeah, I know. As you do gotta remember that it's not unusual for like a big events to not have welfares. It's just weird for a Halloween event.
Yes,
to not
it's
have
weird for what is normally a seasonal event, and also technically Saber Wars. The first one was where we got our extra copies of Saber Lily. Yeah. So it's a little weird that a sequel and possibly a seasonal type event. Because boy howdy, let me tell you, playing Halloween 3 now, the Liz Trilogy conclusion, I'm like, no, Saber Wars 2 sounds like it's on theme with this. But we'll get there. Oh, we should get there.
Yeah, like the last, it actually wasn't that long ago that we had an event that didn't have a welfare, because the Tokugawa Labyrinth had no welfare either, and that was still kind of a big deal.
No, that was a story type event, but it wasn't a collab, I guess, so they were like, we can give her that a welfare. Also, people are really sad about that, because they really like Kasuga Tenne. Yeah, she was cool. We liked her.
She dropped a line. She says, "Yo, I gotta do some shit.
Baby, I'll see you later. Bye." Everybody dropping lines. Everybody being like, "We'll see you around." All right. Also, on another note, I'll talk about Space Ishtar later, so I guess I can bullet point that.
Well, I'll talk about stuff. Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna do the whole servant thing, so we can talk about her in detail later.
Well,
She's got some interesting stuff. She's got some stuff going on.
A lot of people weren't so upset about fucking Space Ishtar. They're just, I hear, wildly confused. Like there wasn't like a space Aresh, because now
well, there's some stuff. We'll talk about this.
Yeah.
But let's talk about NA stuff, because not to be bamboozled, North America has pulled out of the stops to mock you, to mock your disdain. Are you think you're sassing us? No, fuck you. First, Interlude Campaign 3, on time, going 10:30 to 11:12, half AP interludes. I'm pretty sure that's what FGO News told me. New interludes are Kotaro NP interlude, Ozzy has a Saint Quartz interlude, Sunzo has a Saint Quartz interlude, Emiya Assassin has an NP interlude, Cleopatra has a Saint Quartz interlude, Tawara has an NP interlude, and Serenity has her skill interlude, which is good, because it helps her do poison stuff. This also comes with a summoning banner, because I guess that's what we do now. It's a rolling rate up on Sanzo and Ozzy. Emiya Assassin, Tora, Toda, and Serenity are available all the time. If you were bored of rolling for Halloween or something. I don't know.
Nah.
Oh, and, hey, let's follow this up. Also, Babylonia anime campaign. Going from 10:31 to 11:13. So you know how people complained that we didn't get this in America? Well, we got it. Actually, big brain moment. I'm pretty sure what happened was that they deliberately delayed the campaign for us until Babylonia would be wildly available, because we're on episode 4 now, so that means that Crunchyroll and stuff should be getting it now. Right?
Oh, yeah, huh? Yeah.
So they waited 4 weeks so that it would be at its widest advantageous to the public, and then released it. So, log in every day to get 7 of various things, including tickets. Lucky will forget and he'll lose all his shit.
Again!
We already passed the social media campaign for 30 Saint Quartz and a CE. It's just a commemorative CE. We can't get the special picker and CE ticket because we don't have some of those CEs yet.
We correct.
But yeah, so we're getting 30 motherfucking Saint Quartz. And this was like 50,000 likes and retweets, so yeah, good job, kids. You actually cared. So we got 10 special master missions, which are Babylonia themed. I cannot look at them right now because I am loading a map. They're kind of straightforward. Like, some of them are grindy, but I think you can in fact do all of them in Babylonia. I'd have to double check about fire, but I think you can still do that. Somebody said they were doing it. I don't know. But like, you can do seashells in Babylonia. There's a crab-free quest. You can do all that other stuff. You can also get a lot of them done in just doing Halloween still. But there are large enemies, wild beast enemies, etc. Anyway, if you do all of those, you get an extra Saint Quartz up to 10. We have double FP for picking and being picked, and half AP interludes rank ups for Babylonia-related servants. That's always fun. I'm not going to use that right now, though, because I have other shit to do. And there's a summon banner of Enkidu and Quetz with Medusa Lily, Kazgil, and Ushiwaka on raid up all the time.
Oh, God, I want Uchine-san. Why? Why, game? Why bamboozle? Stop it.
Why are we
Stop
here?
it.
Just to suffer? Yes, exactly. That's what they want from you. They want you to suffer. And don't forget, we got a Thanksgiving coming. That'll probably be the King Hassan banner. Not that I need to do that, because I got him on the last GSSR. Go me.
Go you.
Let me check the mission clock. 25 minutes. We powered through that kind of quick. We're not going to power through this next part quick. We're not quick about any of that life.
Nope. I'm pausing.
Yeah. Alright, so we're in Kalia Free Talk. We're time for Halloween second impressions. We're both done with the that part of Halloween.
Story part. Still got like 30 missions to complete.
Yeah, I'm at 82. You're at, 75?
Yeah, somewhere around there. I've done a few more. Right now I'm punching Automata.
Mm-hmm. Apparently my short break did not wake me up. I am trying to punch not wild beasts, very large enemies so I can unlock a node. Who doesn't love nodes?
Ooh, nodes.
But yeah, so we got the second half of the story. And mecha references continued.
Mm-hmm.
With the piloting, with the reactor, the negative particles, positive particles, the mass production models.
I feel that there was a reference to Atlas Shrugged in one of the titles, but I don't know.
After Elizabeth Rim, I don't think any of the titles jumped out at me.
I can't remember which one it was. I should probably look at it.
Well, here's the eternal question. Is the Green River Key going to have the translated versions or not? Let me check. Main quests. Free climbing.
I'm in the middle of battle, so I can't actually go look at it.
Mecha Ellie Chan's counterattack. That's a reference. Amazon has come.
Game, let me get out of this battle so I can look and see which
No
one.
Way Out was a title.
Mm-hmm.
Versus Mark 2. Yeah, I don't know if it was in the original, but
hang on. Well, as soon as I get out of this, well, I'm in only battle 2 or 3, so I don't know. If like 5 minutes, I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, it was this. You'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but this, or at least this was a title of a main quest in Japanese, so that's probably a reference to something. Don't know what though. Whoops! Accidentally used the battery when Ishtar's MP was full.
Oh no,
that will help. Oh well, she got invincible out of it. She got like 167 HP. That's okay.
That's okay.
Invincible. But alright, so yeah, so there's a lot of mecha genre references in there, as there should be, question mark, I guess? I don't know. It works. There's also a lot of technobabble. Like, full-blown technobabble. Straight out of Star Trek.
Reactor jokes.
Reactors, the draining your energy, converting you all into ELISA particles.
ELISA particles themselves.
Like I said earlier, the negative and the positive canceling each other. Also, here's a telling bullet point. Osaka Hime can talk normally. To once again dunk on all those people. Both in her internal monologue and later when she gets serious talking to Liz about their friendship and stuff, because see, they are friends. She speaks mostly normal-ass English. I think the inner monologue here is very telling. And I would like to say this, for those people who are still upset about the blah blah blah, that, hey, guess what? If she speaks normally at one point and doesn't speak normally at other points, that means she probably wasn't speaking normally in the first place. Right? Like, if you were making up memeing her, that wouldn't you just make all her dialogue memes? No. She has serious dialogue and she has less serious dialogue. Clearly.
I have nothing to share on that.
Yeah.
I love my nerd princess, okay?
Yeah, there was a lot of good ones in there. I didn't even remember them all. But there's a lot of fun ones.
Not like lines, but I think my favorite part is after you beat her, she's like, I'm just gonna go sit in the fucking corner.
Yeah, after she's lost, she's like, okay, I'm just gonna go sit in the corner now. I'm done. Give me a minute. Joel.
It's like, I know this feel, girl. I know this feel.
Or she escapes through the elevator, and you chase after her.
And everyone's like, it's so cramped. I'm like, yeah, you're fitting like one human with like
literally 5 people or 6 in there. Because everybody says they're going into the final confrontation, and then you're just like, it's so cramped in here. Alright. Also, after saving the world, Liz tweets about it, and I was like, how can Liz use a phone with those nails?
Haven't you seen those girls with long-ass nails? They do it somehow.
Yeah, but they still have fingertips. Liz doesn't.
I don't know, maybe she got those, I think you can actually get attachments that you put on the end of fingernails that actually make it so you can interact with phone
She's
screens.
got like a felt rubber tip on her nails so she can tweet. It's adorable. That's canon now. Somebody draw that.
And then someone draw her putting her fingernail through her phone.
Oh, well, it's time to buy another one.
So, I only added a couple here. A fun Liz fact that, I think actually speaks volumes about her character. Liz doesn't actually have a horrible singing voice sometimes.
Yeah, I added the sometimes later.
Yeah. It's only when if she sings for someone else, she actually has an amazing voice.
Yes, but that's how you get around the problem is, oh no, the Mark II's stronger because she's sucking up all your life. So, the master, of course, the brilliant tactician, realizes the one thing that will defeat Mark II, because Mark II still doesn't have a heart circuit, and is just like, Liz, sing!
Oh no, first you have this whole entire, it's like, Master, you are in the depths of despair, what are you thinking?
Oh no, everybody thinks you're fucking nuts, but you know exactly what you're doing. Because Liz is just like, I believe this is to whatever her preferred term, so it's like, puppy, dearlet, gasp. Also, when you see her hanging upside down, you're like, I'm having flashbacks right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so she sings, and because Mark I has a heart circuit, she's like, oh, actually, this is kind of nice. It's a little poppy, but I like it. It's cool. Whereas Mark II is just like, error, system shutting down, can't compute. Boy. And then we have probably, like, if you want to be like, yo, about this dialogue, I think this part is the most whoa dialogue when you go to put the spare heart chip into Mark II. Oh my.
It's like, show me your chest. That's what I said.
Of course, she's like, what? Wait, shouldn't you buy me dinner first? Then you're just, what is it, like, thrust it in or something?
Like, I don't know. It was like,
it's something unfortunate, and you just pop that chip in. So yeah, it's it's a thing.
Oh man. Again, I've loved this event.
No, it's great. I love it a lot.
Though I do like the epilogue though, which is a no battle long, where you go back to Chaldea.
What is it called? Like, we've defeated the evil that was here or something? The evil is gone.
Yeah, the evil is gone. And because early on, like right when Hime does the heel turn, you find out that she got the instructions from a
mysterious mustached gentleman.
Mustache Twizzler! And you sit, I'm just gonna fucking say Moriarty down, and it's all like, Babbage comes up and like, what the fuck? And my favorite...
Yeah. You sit down with them after night, have a nice little conversation with some tea and something, and then it's just like, so, Mr. Archer of Shinjuku, about your recent developments, and then Babbage teleports behind him, and it's just like, yes, my friend, what about your recent developments? Oh, it's so good.
And Moriarty just stands up, you'll never take me alive! Which, at one point, as I said, I really enjoy Moriarty in FGO, because he's still an evil mastermind, but he's a dorky evil mastermind, which is kind of
they let him be comedic.
But, because it's not exactly how Moriarty is in fucking actual, home
No,
novel.
not in true blue, whatchamacallit, Sherlock Holmes, but certainly, he could be.
He could be, but, because, like, actual Moriarty would never have been fucking caught. He would have literally sent that book, like, through 3 different fucking moles and had a airtight alibi. Which is why he was, Holmes' rival, like, so much. Because it actually took, if I remember right, it took Holmes actually forever to find out that Moriarty was actually the mastermind behind, like, a lot of fucking plots, because
I think Moriarty was actually even retconned into some of those plots.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were a lot of stages and cutouts. And only Sherlock Holmes could have figured him out.
Yeah. So, as I said, like, again, I like his characterization. It's just, I don't know, maybe because he is how he is I like him more. Because he's still an evil fucking mastermind, but at the end of the day, he's just a funny, shifty, dandy old man.
Dandy man! Wait, fuck, I guess I need your shoes. Sorry, I'm spending some event currency. I've just realized I'm out of EXPs in the shop, so I gotta go to the Mana Prism shop.
But, let's see here.
Then after that, he pops out, and he thinks he's gonna get away, but Mechaliz is there with her rocket punch. Lays him out.
I do like that they actually addressed the actual story. They addressed it a little bit about the story about Osakabe Hime and Musashi.
Yeah, she talked about it directly a little bit.
Yeah, I mentioned it last time, but the reason why Musashi is probably so mad at her is because the sword that Osakabe Hime gave her was actually from the royal treasury.
Right, it was a sacred treasure, and so Musashi got in a lot of trouble. Yeah. Being a dirty vagabond. But also, the point is that story is what MASH alludes to get Osakabe Hime to come out of your room, because at first you're like, hey, come hang out at Chaldea. We're not doing a big mission right now. You can just hang out and be cool, and then, if you want to, you can go out. And she's just like, I've taken over your room. Turns into an exact copy of her room. And so MASH is like, okay, I got this. Hey, Osakabe Hime, Musashi's looking for you. She's like, please give me a job. I gotta get out of here.
Real talk, though, I'll be like, if there's one thing that I do, if there was like I don't want to really call it like a quality of life day, but I do think it'd be a nifty function if you could just actually add art assets to your bare-ass minimalist room.
Yeah, I mean, they change it a lot for events.
Yeah.
But, we've talked about this before. FGO doesn't do a lot of the little, and like, on the one hand, that's good, because there's less crap. Like, everything you roll for is actually a real thing, like command codes, EXPs, foes, CEs, all that stuff. That's like, it's all stuff, so that's nice. On the other hand, it does mean you don't get these little fun little weeble wobbles like other gacha games. Alright, I have to figure out what quest gives me my last fucking pellets.
Alright, now where the fuck? Okay, so I finally got out of the battle. Hang on, let me go. Let me see, is it in the fucking...
It wouldn't be listed in the main quest anymore, but if you're looking for a title, it would be sectioned in your room. Speaking of my room.
Let's see. Here it is. All right, let's see here. Fortissimo, Free Climbing, Elizabeth Rim, Amazon, Scast Tire. Oh, Section 9, Cleo Pouts.
Oh, no, that's just an ad. Well, I mean, it could be like Atlas Shrugged, but in Japanese, that was literally, I think it was something like translated like Sulcapatra.
Ah, okay.
So I think that was just, like, they could have decided to do it that way to make it sound like a reference, but no, also I think it's just, like, that was just roughly what it was in Japanese, only, you know.
I think it only clear to me because it shares the same kind of, I don't know what I want to call it, but just what it sounds similar because it has the same...
It has the same diction, yeah. Same flow.
Yeah, so that's probably why it stuck out to me.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, it could be, I don't know. Oh, Albert and Jesus have tweeted a picture of them from the booth. There was a mini localization talk show. That's cool. There will be a full panel. Maybe we'll talk about that later.
I do like that they, speaking about the rooms, I do like that they keep adding Liz's to the Halloween.
Yeah, it gets more and more complex every year.
Yeah. Like, you have, let me see here. Can I just... I forget, is there a way just to look at my room? Hang on.
If you hit, probably, like, there's an eye symbol or something, you can make the...
switch display, here it is.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, like, you have like, the Pumpkin Tower, you have a Brave Liz and a Caster Liz, like, near it, and you have a Mecha Liz hanging from the ceiling now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're nice.
It's awesome.
Hey, you know what's cool? Alter Egos are cool.
Yeah. I picked the Mark 1, personally.
Oh, yeah, me too. I know a lot of people were all about Mark 2 for some reason. I don't know. Is it because she's great? But I'm like, no, I actually spent a lot of time with Mark 1, and she's nicer. I don't know. I mean, like, I'll pick up Mark 2 next year, but still.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm at 78 missions. Which one do I need to do next? Where are those fucking gold Lancer gems?
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff.
Well, I need the gold Lancer gems because, as I said, I'm still working on Tama Lancer. And I have, like, 11 out of 12 I need to get over that last hump for one of them. I'm like, I'd like to be over this hump now, please. Thanks, bye. So, I need it. I need it. Give. Oh, let's see.
But yeah, so let's see. We burned through that. We did stuff. We're working on missions now. I'm at NP 3, I want to say. Level 70. I need one more set of B pellets. Gonna unlock some shit. I've been busy with a lot of other shit, which we'll talk about on WhatsApp. But I'm making sure to get all this out of the way, and then I'll focus on Babylonia because I need that quartz.
Sweet, sweet quartz, yo.
They keep giving me more, but I'm gonna need all of it. And I'll need all of it for the other thing, because I guess if we're done talking about Halloween, it's time to talk about the new servant deeds.
Deeds? Doot.
Deed. So hey, let's talk about Space Ishtar.
Oh boy.
Yes, she is in fact called Space Ishtar. I'm probably pretty sure it's like Space Ishtaru, because I actually looked this up because there was a question about one of her skills. All of Space Ishtar's skill names are in English. Like, if you put them into Google Translate, they come back pronouncing it like, you know what I mean. Anyway, she's a new SSR Avenger, getting a couple of those this year. Her attack creeps into a barely third place, by which I mean she's very, very small distance behind the tied for number 2, which is Mao, Nobu, and Dantes. And she has a pretty decent spread of HP to put her on top of that list. So she has the most HP out of any Avengers, and it's got a little bit of wiggle room, too. Quick Arts Buster deck. Her NP is a little soft for her hit counts, which many people have noticed, but she has a couple of tricks to improve that. We'll talk about all that. Because her skills are pretty cray, okay? I don't know if Lucky knows this.
Meh.
So her first skill is Devil's Sugar. It gives herself up to 20% attack up, so kind of a charisma, but it gives all allies up to 30% attack up, and gives all allies immunity to Charm for 3 turns, while still all having that 5-turn cooldown. And y'all never know when you're going to want that Charm immunity. So her second skill is the really unique one. Venus Driver gives her 20% NP damage, 1 hit of invincibility, and this is all on 5 turns, so that means that if anybody has a 5-turn NP bar, she can just eat it, unless they have Pierce. It has a special ability to change her NP card type for 3 turns. So this is the real bonkers bit. A lot of people were like, oh, I guess she's got an arts. No, she has whatever you want. It's not RNG, it literally opens up a menu, you pick which card color you want on her NP, it lasts for 3 turns. Her default is arts, but she can be Quicker Buster if you need her to be. Which is pretty bananas. Her third skill is a up to 50% battery, which, again, helps with some of that slow NP gen stuff. That's only one of the things she does. And it has a separate 80% chance to buff each card type, so it's slight RNG projection. That said, as an owner of a vanilla Ishtar, 80% is a pretty good percent. So her NP is AoE. It's arts by default. It gives her another self NP damage up by 20% default. This is overcharge based for 3 turns. So you'll see right there she's got hopefully 3 20% and then another 20%. So she's got a lot of the stuff, and she's set up to spam because the effect will stack if she can get her to double tap. Also, it has another really unique effect. It gives her 100% extra attack damage. So, that's pretty fun. She loves chains, kids. Loves brave chains. And then she has a bucket of passives. We're talking like high servant level passive bullshit here.
That's
so
crazy.
She's got normal magic resistance and independent action C. So that means she's got a little bit of debuff resistance and a little bit of crit strength up, normally. Oh, and then she has Goddess Core A++, which gives her bonus damage and means that her total debuff resist is like 42%. That's an almost 50-50 buff immunity. Or debuff immunity, I should say. Then she's got Avenger EX, which means she gains a lot of extra NP on hit. She has Oblivion Correction A for even more critical strength. It's pretty high. It's like somewhere between 15 and 20%, I don't remember right now. Oh, and she's got Self-Replenishment Mana. So she regens 3.5 NP percent per turn. So yeah, about that low NP gain. It's not that low, kids. So basically, well, not quite to the level of mastery in any one area that you might see from other servants, like if you want to do crazy NP loop Scotty shit, you have to, like, feed her a lot of supports. Space Ishtar is incredibly flexible. She can work with any support you own. She capitalizes on chains the best of any type, and has very strong default crits and high debuff resist, and she gains NP better than you think. She's a very interesting and unique servant, and I think she has a real place in there with all her attack buffs. Like, it's one of those questions where you're like, people were talking shit about Summer Jean because they're like, man, her attack is so low. But then she's got, like, 2 or 3 buff types. Space Ishtar is the same. Yeah, her attack is a little bit lower than some of the other Avengers. It's not that much lower, though, keep in mind. Like, she's, like, 150 points behind Dantes. But it's still got a lot of fun flexibility. And also, her character's really interesting. I don't know all the details yet, but so she has 3 different ascensions, which have 3 different sprites, and also a costume, so she can be blue. Her first stage is Astarte form, which is her normal Space Astarte form, like the Servantverse, so she's just angry Sith Ishtar. Then her second form is the one that was advertised as Space Ishtar, is Space Bounty Hunter Ishtar, who is continuing the Ishtar trend and is very adorable. She has a joke about permanent employment, which is marriage, so that's great. That's in her bond levels. And her Bond 5 is another honest confession of love, which she immediately tries to back out of. Good job, Ishtar. Well, it's better. She does actually, I think, say... it was translated as love, so it's better than Vanilla Ishtar, which is like, geez, I don't hate you. And then the third form is like Super Space Astarte, who is like, I am the infinite Cosmo Goddess. As space expands, so do I. Because that's her NP, is she becomes space, and you show up with the giant version of her, and she shoots lots of beams. Lots of space beams.
Beams
It's
are
pretty
awesome.
rad. Also, a lot of people are like, yo, dude, is this a Darling in the Franxx reference? Because her third stage by default is very pink, and she has a giant space version of herself.
Could be.
I don't know. Nasu watches a lot of anime, I think.
He probably does. And
But
plays
yeah,
a lot
so
of
she's
games.
pretty fun. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but I'm pretty sure I know why she's an Avenger, besides, you know, usual Servant Universe jokes. Because that's the thing, she's lawful evil, so, which is a slight break from most Avengers. But she's clearly a card-carrying villain, like in the Servantverse kind of sense, so it's funny. But also actual full-blown Goddess Astarte in her later stages might be a little mad that you medieval motherfuckers decided she was a demon. Just a little annoyed. Little miffed. Little nettled. Because yes, in case you didn't know, Astarte or Ashtaroth is a syncretic goddess who was worshipped by the Phoenicians and is basically Ishtar, just, you know, thousands of years later. But good old Christian theologists decided to pack that into grimoires and stuff as a demon's name, so she has a bad rap. Though she is known for being associated with the Morning Star, aka Venus. Or is it the Evening Star? She might be the Evening Star or both. Different
Morning
place.
Star's usually.
I think it could be either. But yeah, so she's got a whole thing going on. Now, the other thing is I'm not quite sure why she's quite so cosmic and primordial. I wonder if that's a later thing. I'd need to wait until some of her profile stuff is translated to follow that interpretation exactly, because I commented this earlier before the event was actually out, because there was a pre-event with MHX banner that's over now. But as I said, Astarte is technically later than Ishtar. Ishtar Inanna was Mesopotamia and was like, I want to say 4,000 to 3,000 BC, so a long fucking time ago. Like, we've talked about this. The Epic of Gilgamesh is a Mesopotamian legend, which is like one of the oldest works of fiction we have, and Ishtar Inanna is from that time period. Astarte was a name that I believe first showed up with the Phoenicians, which is like 1,000 BC. It was contemporary with the classical Greeks. So, Lucky, you said about something and wobbled your microphone in there?
Oh, sorry, I was looking at something, and I was looking at the fucking Bestia del Sol, and I'm pretty sure that's a reference to the anime Soul Bianca.
Interesting.
Which is a like a 2 part OVA, which is like real old.
Could be. There's a lot of, this season we had our, Legend of the Galactic Heroes type references and stuff.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, because I remember like that had like a primer, like as I'll post some images of it later, but yeah,
also R.I.P. Redrop.
Yeah,
they still drew the art, which was a pumpkin Halloween Mordred in a meme costume, but made sure to note that it was not implemented in game. A little sad. Yeah, it's still cool though.
Yeah.
Don't worry. This year our Lord and Savior Redrop got a whole servant. So.
Mm-hmm.
Although there was a jokey comic about Kama, because Kama also becomes space and Space Ishtar becomes space. So it's like, naturally the sisters are feuding about stealing each other's look. That is I think a weird thing about like separating the faces from themselves, because like I think there's a little bit of commentary between Kama and Pavarti that they are technically possessing the same vessel and stuff. But, like, Ishtar gets her weird, awkward sister stuff out with Aresh Kigal, who is also basically herself. But this means we don't necessarily have awkward Tosaka family time between Sakura faces and Rin faces, which is interesting. But I could, especially because they're both super evil, I could totally see Space Ishtar and Kama fighting about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's another thing to think about. Some people maybe think that, like, Kiara and Kama should, like, have some kind of go in together. They really don't. They don't complement at all. That's what comes out of that event. They're like, they're two halves of the same thing, but they don't make a big thing when they come together. They are literally, they're like magnets. They're like the two different poles. Yeah. They can't touch themselves. Womp womp.
Well, the way I always look at it is, Kiara is supposed to receive love, Kama is supposed to give love.
Yeah, basically, I think it could also say they're like matter and antimatter. If they touch, they cancel out, and neither of them gets what they want. Yeah. And it is kind of like that, because Kiara's, slight spoilers for Tokugawa Labyrinth, but Kiara's overall, and CCC, I guess, but Kiara's overall plan is, I will become larger than the universe, and slurp it all up. Whereas Kama's plan is like, I will create an infinite space of Kamas, of Kamamara. So they are deliberately contrapposto. But yeah, okay, so that's Space Ishtar. She's fun. She better be in that thumbnail.
I
don't know, technically there's two of her, because there's a costume to turn her, super... There were a lot of also Super Saiyan jokes, because she can be blue or pink. So you can choose, Super Saiyan Rosé Space Ishtar, or Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, aka Super Saiyan Blue Ishtar. I was trying to think, that should be my... Because I did Super God Super Karna. I'll do that with Astarte as my new, because it's no longer Halloween. I can't be a robot skeleton anymore. I'll have to come up with a new Discord gimmick I'll work on that later.
Oh yeah, Sol Bianca. The name of the OVA is also the name of a ship that serves as both the home and interstellar headquarters for a all-female band of notorious pirates. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's probably a reference.
Yep. Okay.
Cool. We solved it.
Yeah.
Anime detectives.
Sorry, like I saw the name. I'm like, this reminds me of something from way back.
No, that makes sense. You're like, what is it? Computing. All right, let's talk about Calamity Jane. Our new SR Archer, it only took her 4 years.
Jesus.
Well, it could be worse. She could be either Perseus or Proto-Gil or Saber Astolfo, who still aren't in.
One day, maybe, I guess.
One day, probably, at this point. But yeah, so Calamity Jane has very high HP. That's somewhat low attack. Like, her attack isn't literally the lowest out of 4-star archers, but her HP is the highest. It's a big girl's HP. I actually don't know how big a girl she is. I haven't seen her profile translated. She's got a quick arts buster deck with solid hit counts and generation stats. So, pretty typical for an archer. Her NP is a single target quick, which lowers the enemy defense and quick resistance for 2 turns first, so she'll punch harder than you think. It also adds sure hit. And since it's to that enemy, it also works for team comps. Calamity Jane does a lot of that. She's got a little bit of a cheerleader vibe in some of her design outfits, and I think some of her voice lines, so that makes sense that she'll shoot a man dead with Space Dead Man's Hand. That's her NP name. It's great. I love
that's
it.
The thing. Actual Calamity Jane, she was a lot of things, but she was a fucking entertainer at one point.
Well, actually, that's, I think, the both thing, because she was also a military scout. Guess what her first skill is? It's Sabotage. The crit attack version. So more like Kotaro and less like Rob. But yes, so. Her second skill, Galaxy Messenger, is a doozy of a support. So, get this. It drains all enemies of 1 charge. It gives herself an up to 20% attack buff. It has an 80% chance to give the team the same attack buff, so it's a RNG charisma. And then it gives them all 10% NP gauge. That's all 1 skill. Slightly longer 6-turn cooldown, though. But, we want to talk about crazy skills. Her third one is the Bananas one. So, by default, this is a targetable increase of buff chance, maxing at 40%. So, you just poke a guy, they get to increase their buff chance. But, if you have 10 crit stars, this also adds that character a up to 40% crit buff for 3 turns. If you have 20 stars, it adds a sizable star weight buff for 1 turn. If you have 30 stars, you get 1 turn of evade. You see where I'm going with this? Mm-hmm. At 40 stars, you get 3 turns of Pierce Invincible. Excuse me. And at a whopping 50 stars, you get scaling up to 20% NP gauge. That's pretty bonkers. You can either slap this all on Jane and have her go crazy with crits. She's got the kind of setup to do that, quick and arts deck. Or you can stick it on a buddy who's going to use all the stars you gathered. Yeah, so it's a pretty freakish skill. By the way, pro tip, use her with Mozart. He will generate 50 stars, and you can do all the things. Also works great with Jack, because everybody knows Jack makes stars. And then, so her passives are also pretty big. She's got Magic Resistance C, she's got Riding A, so again, hitting harder than you think she will. She has Presence Concealment A, again, a scout. And so that makes her star drop is pretty good. And Independent Action A+, so she crits big. All around, pretty interesting, fun-looking servant. I do think, I'm glad they clearly did a little bit of redraw. I do think it's a little sad that she's also clearly an earlier design. Space Ishtar's sprites and profile are all, completely different poses. Calamity Jane is all the same pose. Her second ascension is almost, other than adding a skirt, is almost literally just a recolor of her first ascension. It's a little minimalist. Now, obviously, that's okay if that was, what they were doing way back when they first designed her, but still, it's that's a little sad. It's a little sad that, she didn't get too spiced up, but who knows?
God damn it, Space Ishtar. Your final ascension is, almost completely horizontal. How am I going to fit so much of you into this fucking tiny little screen? God damn it.
Space. Gotta love that space.
Gotta love that space. Space. Gotta love that Ishtar. Fuck it, we'll just go with it.
He'll figure it out.
And, this is I don't know, Calamity Jane, I do I am on point with I feel like her design is a little lacking.
Yeah, it's a little basic. She was very clearly, obviously because of her data mine, an early planned servant that just did not show up until now. Now obviously she is a little bit space themed. So I don't know if that was just Nasu's always had Saber Wars II in his pocket, but didn't know where to put it until he was like, fuck Halloween, Saber Wars. Boom.
I mean, like, I look at Calamity Jane, and I just see Space Cowboy Cheerleader, what?
Yeah, that's what they went for. Which, honestly, like we said, Calamity Jane was a lot of things. She did a lot of jobs. She was a military scout. Like I said, I'm personally wondering how waifu-washed she is, because according to history, she was a private dancer and a prostitute.
Yep.
So I'm like, I bet the Japanese are probably... Well, I don't know. She's American with blonde and big titties, so they might just be like, of course, a gaijin slut. I don't know. That's right, I was just racist about how racist the Japanese are. Well, culturalist. They're being racist. I'm just being prejudiced
military
against their culture.
frontier woman. Let's see.
But yes, she was friends with Wild Bill Hickok. Supposedly married him. By the way, there's another. You want another canonical MILF? She had at least 2 kids, supposedly, 2 daughters. But yes, eventually she did do tours and did shooting shows and stuff because she was an actual, honest to God, frontier woman. She's probably famous to us a lot because of the whole Deadwood story, which, by the way, that was made into a TV show, and she's in it because she was there. And I'm pretty sure she's buried next to Wild Bill. It was a joke, because apparently Wild Bill really didn't think much of her while he was alive, and he's the dead man's hand guy, so they hit their mutual friends, stuck them next to each other as a joke. Because they're trolling, I guess. I don't know. The Wild West was a different time.
It's called the Wild West for a reason.
But also, she's from the space universe, so I don't know.
Like going for,
I could be honest. Bounty hunter theme. As we said, space cowboy cheerleader is a thing. It's a look. I'm not opposed to her. I'm a little opposed to her being limited, but what the fuck ever.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't think we've ever had a servant actually get a post art rework. I think the best they had is they put additional backgrounds in.
No, they fixed some backgrounds where they were more plain.
But yeah, so you get what you get. As I said, I'm as a red-blooded American, I'm always happy to get more American servants. So,
and she uses guns because of course she does.
Bang bang, motherfucker.
A lot of people have said that she's kind of. They were wondering if she'd be kind of the 4-star Billy. She kind of is. Like, she can do more than that, but yeah, she's got, the sabotage kind of... she's got kind of the debuff stuff that archers have, that some archers have, and she's got, team support and crit support. I think it makes her flexible because you can either use her to actually, crit big and shoot people. She's got a single target NP, With a pretty decent hit counts, it's 5 hits, 5 cards in the hand. Boom. Also, her NP animation is not low budget.
Oh no, it's good. Dead Man's Hand is awesome.
Because it also shows the bullet with a little kiss mark, bad luck, flies out, hits the enemy, the hand shows up, It is pretty neato. It's not quite as neato as Space Ishtar turning into space and flying inside of her to shoot beams, but it's still pretty good. They're really up in their animation game. So yeah, that's new servants. We'll continue to keep you apprised of stuff and things.
I'm gonna put the fucking Drake CD in there because I fucking like it and I thought too much on it, so now it's stuck there.
That's fine. Put it in there. I was gonna suggest. Otherwise, I was gonna suggest maybe sneaking a Kets in there, but whatever. Whatever floats your boat, dude. You're doing the thumbnail.
Will I save before I ghost?
Well, you better. I'm just kidding. You did say it though, so hopefully saving doesn't take that long.
It doesn't. I just have to remember where I'm saving things.
Womp womp.
Let's see. Saving this pinch.
That was a womp. Sorry, I pushed my mic arm down, which means it's in the way of my mouse hand. But I'm a little loud by default, so. But I don't know. We recorded a Cliff's phase, and some people said that I sounded a little quiet, so I don't know. I think I'm okay.
Yes. Okay, it's done.
Huzzah. Alright, so, real quick before we get into Babylonia this week, I'll remind everybody that it's a new month. We're going to have a new Teach Me Omega Sensei poll. I'm going to post that after I post this audio, so you'll be reminded right away. Mm-hmm. Our 3 topics are, what do we know about Grand Servants, what is the Moon Cell, and a broad topic extrapolated from some people because they were asking about other stuff. I figured, I don't think we've actually talked about what the Holy Grail War is and how do they work. We've talked about how the Fuyuki Grail summoned servants and things, right? And what those kind of rules for servants were. we generally take it for granted that you understand what the Holy Grail War is for, but I don't think we've ever actually explained it, so I figured we might as well add that to the mix. We'll see if people want to know.
Good talk about, because how many Holy Grail Wars have there been?
There's a lot of different Holy Grail Wars, but you could also probably walk through that, because this question started as, hey, have you guys ever explained the Great Holy Grail War, aka the plot of Apocrypha? And I'm like, you know what, I don't think we've ever actually explained what a Grail War is, period, so we might as well just cover them all as one big topic.
Sounds good.
Because, hey, you never know. A lot of people in this audience are dirty secondaries.
You're talking to one of them.
I mean, all of us are really dirty secondaries because we haven't played that visual novel because they won't release it in English. Damn you.
They re-released it in Japanese, you fuckers!
Give it to me!
Inject it into my blood.
But yeah,
where the heck?
There may be some people who are just here for FGO and don't know anything about the backstory. Or, depending on what animes you watch, you might not follow up, because some of them aren't very... let's be real, Last Encore is not really illustrative about the Holy Grail War part. It's like, there was a war, I guess, but also wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey. I don't know. Nasu got weird.
Okay, found it.
Extella, for instance, both of the Extellas are they mention Holy Grails and stuff, because of the Moon Cell, but aren't really about that, they're about other plot shit. So yeah, we can talk about stuff.
And I'll post it in my mod channel as well. Why the fuck not?
Well, we got some pretty good framing on Calamity Jane there.
Oh yeah. I highlighted her assets clearly enough.
You're right, Space Ishtar's hard, but you got her weird space eyes.
Yeah.
And her Darth Maul horns, which are clearly what those are.
Shit. I was actually looking at Calamity Jane's Final Ascension. I actually do like her Final Ascension art.
No, it's pretty good, and like I said, that's different than the one I think that was originally leaked, so...
Yeah.
They clearly retouched that. It's just, like I said, the sprites and poses weren't very ambitious in the first place, so... Yeah. Whatever, she's space, I guess.
Space!
Got the little star on her face. Got a classic boob gem.
Mm-hmm. How does it stay on there? We don't fucking know.
Well, it's attached to a necklace in this case, so... That seems cold, though. Is that metal? I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know. I'm not necessarily a boob expert. Audience, let me know. Would that be cold? I don't know. Also, speaking of the high eye, the lewds have already begun.
Oh, yeah.
I made a new folder for her, so... Not for that stuff. I don't save that stuff on my computer, but general art. Still not a super explosion, though. It's interesting. Maybe I'm just not following the right people yet. We'll see. I've only just started to see some Space Ishtar pieces today and save them, so...
Yeah, I've seen some thick Calamity Jane, but that's about it, I think.
Yeah, I think I posted that one. From our good friend Streaming Tofu, who follows me, who either followed me or the studio back, and I follow them because they post art about stuff. It's very specific things, audience. They know what they like. But yeah, so that was Teach Me Omega Sensei. We'll talk about that later this month when the polling is done. I gotta be honest, actually, I don't think there will be any pre-games this month other than maybe in the last week of November for Christmas this year, if they do push it up. I don't know. Because here's the thing, in Japan, Christmas was 2 weeks again, and it ended exactly on Christmas. So, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Oh, that's a tie-ho. I'm retweeting that, excuse me.
Yeah, you are. Hey, look, one of these notifications, I wonder. But yeah.
Oh my god, otters! I'm retweeting otters!
Is it the otter hat from Death Stranding?
No, it's just regular-ass otters, but we can talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, oh boy. Because apparently street date for reviews on Death Stranding is okay now.
Hang on.
And that's gonna be a thing. But yeah, okay, so I guess we've faffed enough. We're at an hour 10 minutes. Let's talk about Babylonia. This episode was good.
Yeah. Do you ever want some Jaguar Man characterization? Here's your fucking show.
This is all the Jaguar Man episode. People were super hype. So, let's see. We start with Mash saying, I think what she literally said at the beginning of a node in Babylonia. It's been a month, master. She's still wearing her dress kilt thing, which is cute.
What
really happens in the first place? I think after they chat... Well, first off, we gotta mention this, because you call it out right away. That cold open, though.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great. I love that they did that out of the blue.
I think they did it because, again, they're kind of starting, not even in medias res. You're basically at the end of everything.
And they mentioned him before, but we really need to let you know that Solomon is a fucker. And here he is. And they show him at the end of London with creepy flames and all your friends falling over.
Dead.
From just his presence, I guess. They don't really illustrate the demon pillars. I don't know. I don't know why they try to hide that, because there's not a pillar in 7, but still, I don't know why they would hold that back, you know? Because it's not like there's a... Well, no, Oz does turn into a pillar in 5. I don't know if we're going to do that, though. That's a little bit of a weird non sequitur in the Camelot movies. Not 5, 6. Sure.
Yeah,
But still.
I was doing internal math. I was like, wait, did I...
I don't know, we're bad at math. That's also established. But yeah, so the cold open is Gitia's / Solomon's speech from London, which is a good backfill. Also, in case you forgot, that was a great set piece. The weird reactor grail under London. But yeah, so he shit talks everybody. The Master apparently spent all his command seals that day.
Yeah, he did.
And then he fucks off. I don't even care if you beat me 6 times or whatever. Bye, bitch. And you're like, God damn it, Mage King, get back here. No, I'm fucking off. Bye. See you. Fuck. He's gone.
I left my Grail oven on.
Wait, hold on. I have a call. I need to pick this up. Just flames. Yeah. But yeah, so then I think right away after they have that little conversation, Merlin comes get them and is like, yo, dog, we got a mission. So they, like, truck back up. They talk to Gilgamesh about some stuff. Gilgamesh acknowledges them. We have some weird back and forth about remembering your names. Gil's fucking with them with his Holy Grail just out.
He gives them a solid Zashu.
Yeah. He sends them on their way. Ritzka is like, yeah, so I'm pretty sure that Grail isn't the Holy Grail that the King of Mages sent here. And Merlin's like, I agree. We'll need Romani to give us the go-ahead, but I'm pretty sure it's not, so we gotta find the other one elsewhere. Which is great, because we're going on a scouting mission to the village of because they're in the jungle and we haven't heard anything back from our scouts. I think they did a perfect job of encapsulating this trip. Because your team goes into the jungle, right? And they immediately comment on it. They're like, oh my god, it's so hot, it's so humid, it's like another world. Merlin even says, it's like a reality marble. It's so oppressive. Mash throws out what might be a Lost Belt teaser, we're not sure. When she's like, are we going to encounter creatures from 65 million years ago? I don't know. Nasu keeps alluding to dinosaurs for some reason. I'm not sure what the fuck he's doing. But yeah, so that's great. They run into fucking Jaguar Man out of nowhere. Oh, and Tyga's VA is having a field day. She is laughing it up. She is dropping the fucking cat puns.
Also, call out to the fucking Jaguar Man fight animation.
Well, yeah, we're not there yet, but her initial appearance is just... Oh, I think it's good, because her initial appearance is just like it is in the game. You're like, who the fuck is this gag character? Because she's just making puns, saying dumb stuff, and, like, fucks off after 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay, we gotta hike through the jungle. Then you get to and everybody's like, oh, your hospitality is so nice and everything. We're gonna stay the night. Merlin and Fujimura talk about stuff. Is now when you have the flashback, or is that later?
I think that's a little bit later.
Yeah. There's a very important flashback, but we're gonna cover it. So after they spend a day, Merlin drops some fucking knowledge, because apparently he's Sherlock Holmes now. And he's like, because they get to finally talk to the Elder of about being evacuated, and they're like, no, we don't need to evacuate, we're totally safe. And so Merlin is like, yo, so how many people have you sacrificed? Which is his wham line in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, what? And he's like, yeah, so there's only children, women, and old people here, so where's all your men, nerds? And they're like, it's about a rate of like 1 a day. And so, by the way, great atmosphere. This wasn't communicated at all in the show, but they did a great choice to make it rain. Which it would. It's a fucking rainforest, but still, it's great that they actually did that. So it's like, it's gray, it's overcast, it's very solemn. You have this very huge conversation, and then, Ritzka's like, oh man, we gotta save these people anyway. And then Jaguar Man shows up for reals, and she's like, whoa, you can't take my sacrifice meows. Like, it's on. And, oh boy, howdy, is it. You wouldn't think Taiga in a Kigurumi with a dumb paw club would be a threat, but no.
Apparently that's how Jaguar Man actually looks, though.
Yeah.
I saw some actual interpretation. It's literally a guy who looks like he's wearing a fucking Jaguar suit.
Yes.
Different weapon, but
well,
still.
Yeah, he would probably be wearing an actual Jaguar skin. This is comedic. But no, It's fucking on like Donkey Kong, and she schools everybody. Mash and Anna try their hardest, but they just get slapped around. Merlin does fucking nothing, because of course he does.
It's fucking Merlin.
You have like 2 swords, dude. You could try at least, but he's like, nah. Fujimaru gets slapped around a little bit, hiding behind Mash, trying to give her Magecraft. But this is all beautifully animated, and all while Jaguar Man is just throwing out attack names. There's a Jaguar kick in there, but there's some other stuff you ain't never seen before. I'm wondering if they scripted all that, or they just told Taiga's VA to go nuts.
They might have.
Because she was just making up shit left and right. Jaguar Shock, Jaguar Leap, Jaguar Kick.
That is actually something that I have heard like actors and voice actors does. Like, we don't actually have a script for this. I just want you to go as the character.
Yeah, that can happen sometimes when you have characters or actors who are good at improv or are clearly their characters. And I bet the Fate VAs who have been doing this, like we said, for almost 15 years, they have a pretty good grasp. So if they're just like, just go nuts and make some cat puns. But yeah, so Taiga kicks the shit out of them, and Merlin drops the bomb that she looks ridiculous, but this is a divine spirit. We're not going to beat her unless we assemble a servant of equal divinity. Which, by the way, I think there's a very telling scene here with, immediately after Merlin says that, Anna gets a little pissed off and tries to finish the job, so I'm wondering things. Was that a deliberate foreshadow? It could be. Now I think is when, as Fujimaru's on the ground, really pissed off, is when he has the flashback to another city, Fuyuki in flames, which for the actual Fate audience would be very telling. Director Okamari shows up on screen to get sucked into the singularity. Thanks, guys. But it once again shows off Fujimaru's secret PTSD, because you think everything is fine, but it's not fine. You just tell everybody you're okay and you're not okay. That's how you operate.
Well, that makes sense. It's like, I think he actually mentions that, like, I can't remember, mentions that, it's like, you kind of start out having no idea what to do, but you have to go anyway, and you can't, like, you don't have time, honestly, to sit down and organize your thoughts. You have to just keep fucking going.
Oh yeah, now I remember what the other, Mash has a flashback at the sunset scene. She flashes back to Mozart, which I'm, like, 90% sure. Like, on the one hand, it was thematic for the episode, but also I'm pretty sure they chose that one because Mozart and Gil have the same VA. In case you didn't notice. It's a little bit more obvious when they fully speak. But yeah, so Mash has a choice, which is like, Mash has a conversation about choice, which is basically where, like, Mozart, who is a scumlord, is just like, no, whatever, so long as humans do something, that's cool. Like, so long as you're making a choice, that's the right choice, right? Doing nothing is the problem. And so Mash is just like, because Master doesn't want to abandon the village, he doesn't want to give up, even though, Jaguar Man is doing the slaps. He wants to keep fighting, and Merlin's like, you gotta make a decision, dude. We can get out of here, but, because she's gonna kick our ass, but you're in charge. And so Mash is like, whatever you choose is the right decision. So Master's like, alright, GTFO. And Merlin says one of his best lines, I love it, running away from pretty women is a specialty. And he teleports away.
Nimue Servant win.
Flower bomb out! But also, that reminds me, we missed they did a Jaguar Man / Taiga as a teacher joke earlier, which she's like, what did she say? Don't forget your assignment?
Mm-hmm.
Or something, when she ran away earlier. It's hilarious. So they go back to Uruk, everybody's sad. Everybody's real depressed about the thing. I think Mash and Fujimaru have a conversation on the roof. And then the episode ends with they're just chilling out there, and then fucking Gil comes to their house, and he's just like, for a sewer, this is quite a nice house you've got here. And everybody's just like, God damn it, King Gilgamesh? What the fuck? So I'm like, I want the next episode right away.
Oh, yes, I need fucking Gil getting punched in the stomach by a fucking Spriggan, okay?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, I didn't actually watch the next time on, but I'm pretty sure that's the episode here. Oh, but that's right, there was one more scene before they got the mission, which is very important, we shouldn't have missed it. It's the scene, my dudes. You're just chilling out, wandering through the alleys, and Fujimaru sees an old man in the alley who seems like he's surrounded by flies, and he just runs up and he's like, hey dude, are you okay? Do you need some bread? And everybody's favorite old man, Joji, is there, and he says, and it starts, and you're just like, oh shit, my dudes, it's on, because he's like, pity without reason is a sin. as is, what is it? It was like gifting, compassion, something like that. And he's like,
he says that he basically said it's wrong to like pity someone without reason, but
right. He says compassion without reason is wrong, so is pity. But he's
he says,
but I will accept this anyway. Because I think because obviously he understands that Fujiwara doesn't give for no reason. He's like, oh shit, there's a dude who needs help.
It's basically like you can choose to ignore someone's pain, but you can willingly go walk into that trouble even if it's unwanted. Something like that. And
then he takes the bread and he's like, I'm gonna give you a warning. And he says the lines with the three outlines. What is it actually again?
Is it like do not empathize with the do not extol the Eresh basically is it the quiet one? Yeah.
Do not celebrate with the joyous one.
And I think it was do not empathize or something with I can't remember.
I don't know, the destructive one or whatever. He's basically like, yeah, don't pity Gorgon, don't buy into Ketz's weird celebration, and don't like honor Eresh Kigal. She's just doing her fucking job, kid. And then he's like, 3 storms will attract Uruk, and then there's a sudden wind and he's gone. Like a motherfucker. And I'm like, God damn, that was so good.
I fucking love Joji Nataka.
Yeah, his delivery is great. And I'm just like, oh, it's so good that he gets to be a guy in this. I'm like, yeah, so I can't wait for the next episode tomorrow. Though, fuck, I think I have like 2 episodes of Azure Lane to catch up on. I think this newest one's good. I don't know. Like, Azure Lane is like, I like it, but also I don't feel like it's an urgent watch. As I am swamped in things. I'm just
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not watching it either. Let's be real. Azure Lane is a fan service, and it's a fan service anime.
It is, but also, unfortunately, it's not quite as no budget limit, as unlimited budget works as Babylonia is. So, like, it's cool, and like, I've seen from GIFs that like Takao is the latest one, and Atago.
Yeah.
Like, Atago's got a really great come here GIF that's circulating the internet. But also, I'm
aggressively ara.
But also, I'm like, is it a big deal? So I'll catch up sometime. But I'm like,
Babylonia
okay.
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. And
Babylonia is like, and especially I don't have to worry about it because MHA has been delayed by a rugby game apparently.
Yeah, that's so weird.
That's weird, but it's not that crazy, I guess, because if it's airing on like the equivalent of like ABC or Fox in Japan, that's what happens there too.
Oh yeah, I remember like my youth, fucking football and baseball games delaying my Saturday morning or like completely canceling my Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, it happens. I know some people are like that's weird, but I'm like that's not that weird.
Nah,
it depends on where it's airing. We're used to like, I mean, we see this on premium streaming services, so it's like you have to remember this is airing on like broadcast TV in Japan. But yeah, so I'm super hyped for the next episode of Babylonia. Babylonia is really good. For us, anyway. I'm still like, I don't know if anybody can appreciate... Like, 4 does it took a while, but 4 does a good gerb of going backing and backfilling stuff. It's like, oh, here's Solomon. He's kind of an asshole. That's why we gotta stop him. You know, we're still talking about this episode, I think, is pretty evenly split between comedy, action, because there's another big fight scene. There's, like, one an episode. And, Fujimaru and Mash sitting down talking about shit. Which is good. That happens a lot in FGO. You need to get that authentic feel. But yeah, so Babylonia is still good, kids. We'll continue to report on it as it comes out.
Reminder, we're heading up to the month deadline, so we should start beginning episodes on other streaming services. Most probably, particularly Crunchyroll.
Yeah, Crunchyroll should be this week, so I expect people to backfill in. If you have been waiting, because I know I've seen several people who were like, is it only available on Funimation? I could fly the colors, or I could just wait a month. Most people seem like they were okay just waiting a month to do things normally. But yeah, I mean we're up. We're in the Funimations, which is fine. I haven't been using it a lot lately, but it's okay. I've just been we're talking about WhatsApp, but holy shit, I've been doing so much work this week and so many games. I literally have not put my Outer Worlds disc in. I need to, though, because I got like a week before Death Stranding. Oh my god. Luckily, the Outer Worlds is supposedly a little bit short. Like, it's supposed to be super fun and good, but the story's a little bit short. It has replayability, I think, but it's leaner.
I checked, Death Stranding is supposed to take about 50 hours, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'm ready. I'm fucking ready. We're gonna talk about that on WhatsApp. But oh man, I'm ready for that shit. Like I've heard, like I think somebody, fuck, what did Greg Miller describe it as? It was Metal Gear meets something that was like packaged. Oh, it was No Man's Sky meets Metal Gear, and I'm like, I'm sold. I'm there. I want to just wander the wasteland and sometimes sneak. And see shit.
I'm reading the Kotaku review right now. It says Death Stranding pulls a variety of stories, the resurrection, multiplayer aspects of Dark Souls, the wandering of Proteus in No Man's Sky, the clumsy body movements of Quap, the skeletal remains of Metal Gear Solid 5, and it's most surprising, Metal Gear Survive. It's a lot of fucking pieces.
Well, Kojima had a long time to synthesize his dream game with nobody fucking looking over his shoulder. I'm just, he's done it. Everybody loves it. It's good. Good on you, Kojima. You've hit it out of the park. Kojima's servant win.
I know we're tangenting here, but I do like, I want to read this paragraph from the Kotaku review, because I do think that this is on point. Because of all the mythological around Death Stranding, there are two Death Stranding. There is the one in the public consciousness, and then there's the one I have played. The first is a dream, an impossible and frankly unnecessary vindication of games as art, created by a glorified mastermind. The actual game is a fantastic mess. But is it good? Heather. But is it good, Heather? Yes, friends. I love it.
Yeah, so it's a fucking weird ass Kojima game, and it's great.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's all I wanted. I want to just see what the fuck Koji's doing with this time. And I'm like, okay, tomorrow's in my hands, and I got a Race Queen's Scotty I need to link.
So so that comes out next Friday. So if I am literally playing Death Stranding... Well, actually, no. This next Friday, I might fucking stream it. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure when we're recording, my PlayStation's going to be on, and I'm going to be installing it.
We'll see. Yeah, because I'm... we need to wait for all our money to filter in, but I have already put through, because it's a new month. Thank you, as always, to our patrons for your support. I'm ready to go ahead and put in that pre-order. But yeah, so I think we're pretty wrapped up here with Let's Talk FGO. We're like an hour and a half.
Yeah, solid.
Okay, so let's go ahead and wind down. Where the flip are my show notes? So next time, obviously, we'll let you know about any news that comes out. We might have a pretty light show, but if anything weird happens in Japan, we'll let you know. We'll continue talking about Babylonia. That'll probably get us pretty hype. We'll continue moving on all the other stuff, and we'll see you then. Please tune into What's Up later this week, because oh my god, I have so many things to talk about. Most of them are video game related, but still. I have bought a lot of games and played a lot of them, and hopefully tonight I can... Oh, I need to double check on my missions, but maybe I can be in a point where I can plug Outer Worlds in. I can stop playing Battlefront 2.
I'm telling you right now, I'm like, Outer Worlds is probably going to be a December buy for me, because I don't think there's anything particularly coming out in December. Not
specifically now. I'm saving buying Pokemon until December, because like I said, I gotta go out for a weekend, or a little extra for the holidays anyway, so I'm like, oh, I'll just pick up a Switch game and roll. That's okay, I can also use December to catch up on other stuff, because apparently Modern Warfare is really fucking good.
God damn it.
Yeah, people are saying the single player is one of the best in the series, classic callbacks, and I'm like, god damn it, guys. It's one of the best selling in years for Call of Duty. It's a great time for video games, kids. It's just, there's a lot of them, it's very busy. I'm deleting all kinds of shit off my hard drive to fit it all.
Mm-hmm.
But tune in for all that and more on What's Up, where we'll talk about other stuff too. Lucky, are you going to stream tonight?
I'm going to try. I don't know what to stream though. That's the question.
All right.
I will.
I will once again probably not join you and just play Outer Worlds, just so I can get some fucking free time. Oh man, this week has been so busy. But I've been trying my damnedest to bring you guys good content. Do you know how many hours of shit I have put out this week? Ooh. Anyway. So we're going to wrap up. If you're watching this video on YouTube, be sure to give it a like. Or dislike it. We don't care. Do whatever feels good to you. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section down below. You can also join our Discord. That link is in the description and on our channel page. If you're new here and haven't already, please subscribe to our channel to get all our latest videos, and consider hitting that bell for notifications so you always know when we post a new video. Because sometimes we post a lot of videos, just saying. And of course, like it said at the front of the show, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can get access to episodes early in audio format for only $1 a month. And we charge up front, so you don't need to worry about anything weird now that the month started. You can give us your $1 now, and we'll get you all our backlog and stuff. You can also get access to videos early. You can get access to videos live as we record them, get shoutouts, all that other stuff. And get access to polls like Teach Omega Sensei at our $5 and up level. Yeah, that's everything. We will see you next week for more Let's Talk FGO, and probably in a few days for What's Up, because I'm predicting it's going to be big. Alright, Space Cowboy out!